Hello, big beautiful world. Today, this morning, we are taking up this puppy. Oh, pardon me, please. We are taking up this puppy. The awesomely awesome Grumman Goose. Probably one of my favourite aircraft in the sim. It just has all the ingredients, including Tom and Terry over the back there, just wandering about, moonwalking, standing about, smoking durries, which is what we used to call cigarettes here in Australia. Kids don't smoke. This puppy, the Pratt & Whitney Juniors, I'm thinking, G21A, I'm thinking, and of course I'm probably wrong on all counts. Let's hop in, shut me up, let's go flying as the sun comes up. Alright, I've got to remember how to start this, it's been a while. Okay, well, the first port of call is obviously let's get some power into this sucker. Get our generators on. Yeah, we're gonna need some juice. Instead of both, yeah, for sure. Yep, we're on for the cut-offs. I think we're good. Let's give it a bit of waggle. Let me get some juice through it. Hopefully that's going to give us enough to get her underway. Oh yeah, mag's on. I love track IR. I know you got all the positioning, and I do try and make the most of it, but I still never really felt comfortable with a lot of the switching and stuff, a lot of the head positioning. So, alright, now with this puppy from memory, you got to poodle about with the mixture and the juice to get it right. So let's see what happens. I think we're good to roll. Open, juice, good. Oh, I'll set the cross feed to both, I think, just to be on the safe side. Alright, cool. Hold it down, kick off, hopefully on the 5th or 6th. Ah, look at you, you beautiful thing. Alright, cool. Cut the throttle. Now I should really run independent things here, shouldn't I? There we go. So I can actually bring this back to idle. Hopefully it won't kill it. Let's see if we get a good start there. Okay, come on, kid. There we go. Good start on the second one. Bring it back to idle. Close to, bring her around 1,000 rather than the 500 mark. Okay, so we've got a good start on the donks. Oh yeah, got to make sure the caster's off for the, we'll lock it on takeoff. Now I just want to hop outside to make sure that we don't have any doors or anything open. Yeah, no, we're looking good. We're looking good. This is the puppy that comes with the additional, you know, you can go fishing with it and all the rest of it. You've got GPS on there. You've got your transponder tucked away. Alright, cool. Shut me up. Let's get up into the air, shall we? Back in. Whatever reach. Cool in the pool. So did I mention we're taking off out of Cairns on a morning flight? We are we're going to take her out over to an island, to a bit of payware that I bought throughout the week. It isn't even an island. We're going to fly over a couple of islands. I think we're hitting Green Island and one of the others. So we're up in the Barrier Reef peeps, here in sunny Australia. And just want to get her up in the air, have a look-see what this thing is all about, this new bit of payware is all about. And We'll have a look-see, shall we? We shall have a look-see. But I love this sucker. I love flying it about. I love its amphibious properties. And I just love the design. I did buy the Buka Jungmann throughout the week, the German biplane as well. I'll get that up in the air at some point, have a look at it. But today I just thought I'd like to take this up, and because it's a bit cold, we're coming into winter down here in Victoria, Australia, so I just what am I doing in the chopper zone, folks? What am I doing in the chopper zone? Hey? Let's get her out of here. I didn't even bother to look where I was at on the map. So, yeah, it's coming into winter down here, and it's starting to get a bit cool. A little bit cool. We're over in the town of Cairns yesterday for a look-see. It's a very pretty, gorgeous little town. And there we go. And yeah, certainly felt the cold in the air at last. God, I'm pathetic, aren't I? This is no wonder I don't fly. I just only ever get about in this thing and make up nonsense. Now. Yeah, okay. Oh, pardon me, please. Excuse me, please, I should say. Yeah, we'll take her up. Back runner up here. Yeah, Cairns is a pretty little town. Google Map it. Have a look at Google Maps if you're there. It's setting in some gorgeous little rolling valleys in what's known as South Gippsland here in Victoria. Possibly green. I personally associate it, as I did with my first impression of Victoria when I first came down here for a conference decades ago. And my immediate thought was the Shire. It's just long before the movies, but Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and the green rolling valleys and so on and so forth. It is gorgeous. It's just a really pretty part of the world, but that's not the point. The point of today is we are... Okay, so now we're on the numbers, people, because I'm crap at this thing. So we are taking off out of... Come on, Bubba. Around we come. Yep. Cool. Now, before I forget, okay, so I'm not going to do the mags and T's and P's, we'll assume, but we are definitely going to lock it. Alright, let's open up the juice. We're not going for flaps, we're just going to see what happens. We're up here in Cairns, in sunny Queensland. And we're doing so because I wanted to better get it back on the center line. Okay. And we're off. This thing actually gets along at quite a clip. You wouldn't think so. But the cruise speed is fairly high for, well, it is actually technically a powerful twin, but it's not exactly GA. In fact, actually was originally an executive aircraft. Better pull the undercarriage up, I think, but so it is really kind of a grunty beast. I hate these announcements. Like I said, if someone can find a way to get these real world announcements off here. I don't think they used to show up, and now they show up more and more frequently, and it's annoying the absolute micturation out of me, to be honest, people. So we're going to head straight east into the sun, taking off out of Cairns. Once in a while, as usual, I'll resort to the cheap map, and just move from there. Now, personally speaking, and this sounds like a shocking thing to say, highly un-Australian, but then, like I said, I'm not really given to jingoism or nationalism. It doesn't interest me in the least. I've seen it do more damage than good, ultimately. A lot of people, myself included. So, I must admit, I only ever come up here for a holiday, and even then, under a kind of, with reservations, primarily because you come up here, go to beaches, get drunk, and bugger all else. That's not necessarily true. It is one of the best scuba diving sites in the world, but then I say that about Sydney as well. So, you know, for bang for buck, I think Sydney's a better value in a lot of ways. Up here it's a little too kind of touristy for me, but it is really a breathtaking part of the world in its way. As it's hard for, you know, all of these places, especially somewhere like Australia, which has relied on tourist dollars for how many generations now, post World War II. Well, technically only 2 or 3 realistically, but I'm sure you understand. So yeah, and of course Northern Queensland, where we are at the moment, was touted as one such area, really tourist focused because of the natural beauty all around us, all the little islands, and it is really quite stunning up here. It's also where they shot movies like The Thin Red Line back in the late 90s. A lot of movies get shot up here. The Phantom, when we had tourist dollars coming in, no, not tourist dollars, tax breaks coming in from a thing called 35B from memory, which allowed what was called mum and dad industry to buy into film production, where you can contribute out of your paycheck no matter how much, which allowed movies like The Matrix and Thin Red Line and Babe and Crocodile Dundee, all that stuff to be made here in Oz, but especially a lot of them up this way in northern Queensland, because, you know, it's suitable for the Solomons, or where The Thin Red Line was set, or The Phantom, which I think was set in South America. So yeah, it's a good place. That was dealt a severe blow. I won't go into the politics of it, but those concessions were dealt a severe blow by the late 90s, unfortunately, so that's why the movie industry dried up substantially. But nonetheless, hopefully it'll come back. We'll see. It will be interesting to see how that plays out. So, the Grumman Goose, you guys know all about it. You've seen all the reviews. You saw me start it. The only tricky thing is you do want to have near to full throttle and near to auto rich on the mixture when you get her up, because she, I think it's just a quirk of the flight sim itself. That can't be a good sign, can it? I don't know. I love the note on this thing. I think I can open the window in flight, but I'm not gonna. It's just crazy. So we are heading straight into the sun. I think it's not really a long flight, hopefully. I think this might be Green Island coming up. We'll see. But yeah, it's a great aircraft. Very, very cool. Lots of fun. Very atmospheric. Very. I'm sure you've all seen the reviews where you can. One of the extras is you can go down here to the electronic flight bag and set a little stool and fishing rod up on the roof of this and go fishing from it. We might do that at the end just for a lark. But I just like flying this sucker. It's so cool. This is a payware version. For the first couple of years I had the freeware version as well, which was delightful. I've got the Widgeon here as well with the inline engines. Are they Continentals? I'm thinking they might be Continentals. That'd make sense for the era. I've got the Buka Jungmann to take up in coming times. Still haven't gone up into 247, have I? No, I keep talking about that. I'll get around to that eventually. This, like I said, it's quite deceptive because you think you're a bit of a slug, but in fact it really isn't. I'm just not pushing it hard. This thing has a cruise of around 145, I think, maybe even close to 160. So it's a grunty aircraft, and the Pratt & Whitneys were just great aircraft, great engines. You know, the tricky thing was, as is kind of common knowledge with a lot of radials, is they don't like having their they don't like sudden changes in manifold pressure. They don't like a lot of it, so they like to be treated rather gently and gingerly, and that's fine by me. I think it's just a trick of respect, and it's testimony to how good the engines were, because they certainly endured well into the 60s. So they had a 30 or 40 year lifespan over successive iterations, of course, but really cool, powerful engines. And of course they did power, like Wright Cyclone, Wright engines and Pratt & Whitney were the big names in radial engines throughout World War II and pre-World War II and post-World War II as well. They still dominated the circuit, just as Bristol did over in England. I realise that it's taken me a dozen of these clips to understand that I do talk a lot about the engines. And I keep on wondering why that is, and then I realised, well, I was a mechanic from my early life, so it's kind of a point of fascination. So nerdery or autism or however it wants to be framed, all that stuff aside, my early years in the workforce come back to haunt me again and again in flight sim. So that's fine. I'm actually all right with that, because they are engineering marvels to such a large extent. Yeah, so there's Green Island down there with the jetty. Don't want to, we can actually trim down a bit and maybe get it down. We can back off the throttle a little bit. So we'll be bringing it down just up to the north here. Flight sim news, big news of the week was the Phoenix A320, and I think that's what's been dominating the circuit for most people. There was the Sting released up on the marketplace, the one with the parachute, safety parachute. That looks pretty cool. That looks, yeah, for a GA aircraft, that looks pretty cool. Poodles about quite well. Not the sort of thing I'll be getting. Like I said, these are more my bag. What are we doing? I can't be a good sign. I think it's just. Okay, so it doesn't like. Yeah, okay, so it's a stall light, or it's a just a warning light to keep the revs up, keep the manifold pressure up. Okay, so that's Green Island beneath us, folks. Yeah, I won't be getting the tube liner. I think I might have mentioned that the other day. Not really fascinating to me. I think this is going to be our destination here, people. But and I'm still hanging out for the S55, and I know it's going to be a Sobo, and flight model will be, you know, leave us wanting, and so on and so forth. But I don't care. Again, aesthetically speaking, it is like the Sikorsky, I want to say S43. It is a very cool looking aircraft, and sometimes it's good to have cool. It really is. It's really nice to have for that sense of immersion. Yeah, okay. I do believe this is a payway now. I'm really crap with the drone camera, folks, so when we hop out, please do forgive me. I just, you know, I fumble about with the damn thing, so, but I do want to see what's on, what it looks like. I know it's got the heliport on there and all the rest of it. We're just going to fly over. I want to lose a bit of speed. I don't want to bring her in too fast and freak everybody out down there. I'm not sure if any of you caught any of the other videos, but where I was talking about the release. I think it's Red Wings, the cats who did the Connie, the Constellation, which I still haven't got, which I will get eventually. Yeah, I don't know where they're progressing or how they're doing, or even if it's going to happen, or if it's just going to be vaporware. The MSFS2020 with all the, you know, with Croydon right through to Paris, right through to Berlin, and hopefully a couple of places in the States, SF, you know, out at is that a submarine or something over here? Let's take a quick squeeze. You know we need to. Most likely just one of those little tourist subs if it's anything at all. But here we are over the beautiful Barrier Reef. It's really well represented here in Flight Sim Land. Very, very cool. These subs are absolutely awesome. If it is a sub, no, it's just a little atoll, got a little reef. We'll take her over and then we'll bring her back. But my partner and I, years and years ago, about 10 years back, we went for my nephew's wedding up in Maui, and it was super cool. We went out in one of the little tourist subs running out of Maui, and that was a blast. Good hoot. Didn't see a lot of aquatic life. But what we did see was obviously jaw-droppingly beautiful. How are we doing this with others? Don't even need to let it down so I'm not sure what we're seeing out here. Just going to go for, say it's a little reef and have done with it. I had a mate who lived up here for years and years. He wasn't a particularly skilled person when it came to being around other people. It's true of a lot of my friends, I guess. But he worked up here as a tourist guide, and you know, he was very cool. He loved scuba. What speed? Yeah, okay. Going to give us some flap speeds. We're just going to bring it down gently. Might even give her another stage of flaps. Yeah, he loved working up here. He used to, on his days off, he'd just grab a kayak and row out to one of the isolated islands and just, sorry about that game. Oh, don't know what's happened there. And he just hang for a couple of days living off, you know, catching some fish and so on. But would have been quite a life. He was an adventurous cat. He isn't with us anymore, unfortunately, which breaks my heart, but you know, some days it's all about the time you get together. You know, really. Now we are running really, really slow, dangerously slow here, folks. Oh, and we're down. I don't know how that happened. That was rough. That was
I think you can do better than that.
Oh, god damn right I can, mate. You're damn right I can. But anyway, we're down, and that's what counts, and as the old expression goes, did I rip a float off? No, we still got floats. Don't know how that happened. So I just wanted to have a squiz at this thing that I purchased. A squiz, by the way, people, if you're watching this, is a look-see, a look at something. A quick look at something. Sorry to have been so disrespectful, Goose. Ordinarily I'd be far more thoughtful. Don't know what I was thinking with that one. And I love this, the fact that you got to treat it like a twin when you want to pull it through the water, because otherwise it's really difficult to maintain on the water. So at least we're nice and smooth. I know you can have rudder control on this as well. But I haven't opted for that. You've got that option down there. So what else? Oh yeah, of course, the Top Gun update. How'd it go for you folks? I haven't mucked around with it yet with the SR72, and I think there's kind of consensus that it was a little bit overhyped. I mean, it's great for what it is, apparently. I haven't, like I said, I haven't mucked around with it yet. And the odds of me taking the FA18 up anytime soon are pretty slim. The challenges, they're fine. They look as though it takes you not through the Mac loop. What's the one over in the States? Not the Star Wars Canyon. The other one. You get the livery. You get the SR72 Mac 5 or Mac 6 or whatever the hell it does. That's pretty cool. I will take that up at some point for a lark. But I just wanted a morning flight, a nice gentle morning flight, and hopefully survive the ordeal, which we look to have done. So don't be so darn critical, people. Just don't. God, if you're watching this, you yeah, this is what I like. This is what I like. Morning flight. Like I said, it's cold down here, and this reminds me of warmer places. I need to come off the step. No, I don't want to. Oh, a little, picking up a little too much speed there, peeps. Just keep hooning along. And 20. Okay, so we are surely drawing closer, which is cool. Alright, note to self, don't stall the goose, you goose, just don't. Music wise for the week, listening to Aldous Harding's new album, an artist out of New Zealand, and she's awesome. New album is called Warm Chris. If you're looking for new listening or whatever, by all means, get the Dine Self along to it. So what have we got here, a barge, or is that actually a floating restaurant of some kind? It looks more like a barge, doesn't it? Some kind of dry dock. You know what? I am okay with that, and I might pull up alongside for a squeeze. Come on. Come on, no, Bubba. Come on, little one. Yeah, okay, so it is. It's a restaurant. Where there we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, so yeah, that's a bit ramshackle, really, isn't it? That's kind of not the kind of, that's where you'd shoot a horror movie by the look of things. On that note, beautiful people, I'm gonna leave you to a big beautiful world. Have a great day. I don't know what the hell we do with that. Maybe shoot a prison film of some kind, end of the world type apocalyptic film. Alright gang, I'll kill the engines. I'm going to throw the anchor, and I say we get the heck out of Dodge, eh? If I can get this sucker up. Come on. There we go. Anchor. before I drift into anything. You know what? Let's get the fishing on. Fishing stool. Done. Let's hop out. Power off. Yeah, mag's off. Hang on. Sorry again, goofing about here. Just trying to do the right thing for a lark. A lark. Okay, so throttle. We've got it all happening. All good. Gen's off. Battery off. Valve off. No, other way, kid. Cool. And crossfeed's cool. Off. Shut me up. 1 and 2. Okay, so let us hop out first of all. And I think. How do we get in there? Is it this one? Or that one? No, not that one. No. Okay, so let's come back out. No. There we go. I've got a little fishing pole up. Let's have a look out the front here. Come on. There we go. Alright, so we're fishing offside the prison restaurant with the ghost tourists on it. And I'm dubious about the quality of that boat now as well. It's probably some governmental thing. Alright, so we're fishing. Hopefully we'll pull in a tiger shark or two. Maybe a couple of barra. I don't even know if barramundi come out this way. We'll hop them back in. Thanks, big beautiful world. Stay safe, stay sane. See you later.